Okay, game. Record ko na lang to. So this video, discuss ko lang tong types of computers natin. So wala na namang pasok. Discuss ko lang to shortly and then later on, meron kayong quiz na iti-take sa Google Classroom nyo din siya makikita. So for this week, so we will be discussing types of computers and also their applications. So meron tayong siyam or 9 types of computers. So hindi lang siya isa. So yung iba dito, alam nyo na. And then meron kasi siyang mga purpose kung saan ba dapat siya ginagamit. Okay, so different computers, different processing. Different computers are designed to meet their different needs. So, meron tayong supercomputer, mainframe, server, workstation, desktop, laptop, tablet, smartphone, and yung embedded computer. Sana malakas yung boses ko. So for our learning objectives, at least dapat after this discussion, makakuha nating knowledge, skills, and values. Ito. So dapat marunong tayo mag-define ng different types of computer. So yung shop, discuss natin yan maya-maya. Then differentiate computer based on size, power, and purpose. Kung ano ba yung mga base ng computer nila, ng computer na ginagamit natin. And then identify real-world application of each computer type. Sa skills naman, we can classify different computer systems correctly. Recommend the appropriate type of computer for various situations. Compare different computer types using tablet or diagram. Parang hindi ko na magagawa to kasi nga recorded to. Anyway, tuloy ko na lang. Appreciate the importance of choosing the right computer for specific tasks. Develop responsible decision making when selecting the computer hardware. Okay? So, based sa ginagawa natin, so merong iba't ibang klase ng computer. So, which computer would you choose? So, depende po yan sa task na gagawin natin. So, different tasks require different computers. Choosing the right computer makes work faster, easier, and more efficient. Okay? So, ito yung mga example natin. So, for example, mag-edit ka ng movie. Pwede ka bang gumamit ng cellphone, smartphone, o tablet? So, ano ba yung mas magandang gamitin? Kung maglalaro ka naman ng online games, although pwede naman din ng cellphone, lalo na yung mga Android na games, sa cellphone yan. No? Pero kung online naman na kailangan ng PC, yung mga online games, kagaya dati, PC yung ginagamit. Kung magbabrowse ka, pwedeng tablet, laptop, or desktop. Kung ito naman ay papaganahin natin yung mga controlling traffic light, embedded computer naman yung ginagamit natin doon. Kung magmamanage naman ng millions of back transaction, syempre hindi pwede yung simple desktop lang yan. So doon na papasok yung mainframe and then yung supercomputer natin. O kung magte-take ka naman ng attendance, so online, yan, may worksheet ka lang dyan. Pwede ng Word or Google Sheet. Tapos kung magbabrowse ng internet, pwede rin naman yung simple laptop, tablet, or computer. Depende po yan sa task na kailangan natin gamitin. Kung ano yung computer na kailangan natin gamitin. So, bakit may iba't ibang computers? So, not all computers are designed for the same purpose. Some are extremely powerful, while others are small enough to fit inside in our everyday devices. Each computer built for a specific task and environment. Yan. Okay, so yan. Kagaya yan, meron tayong mainframe, supercomputer, tapos yan. So, example and uses, when forecasting, gagamit tayo ng supercomputer, mainframe. So, para mas maintindihan natin kung paano ba siya ina-identify or ginagamit, isa-isahin natin. So, let's start sa supercomputer, mamaya pa pala. O, dito muna tayo. So, ano ba yung computer? So, syempre, siya yung electronic device that accept data, processes, store, and produce meaningful information. So, kagaya nung diniscuss natin last time, yung categories, di ba? Meron tayong input, process, mag-i-store ng data, and then sa output. Okay? And then may communication pa to, di ba? Pagka may pag-communicate siya sa ibang devices. So, yan. So, depende yan. Computers vary in, syempre, sa size, gaano ba siya kalaki, yung speed, computer can process instructions at different speed, yung processing power niya, and yung storage capacity, saka yung purpose. So, computer may look different and have different capabilities, but they all work together to make sure our lives easier and more efficient. So, syempre, yung computer, nakakatulong sa atin yan para mas mapagaan or mas mapabilis yung task na ginagawa natin sa everyday life natin. Okay, so ito yung mga types of computer natin. So, meron tayong SIAM, meron tayong number 1 supercomputer, mainframe computer, server, workstation, desktop. Alam niyo naman na to, yung workstation, desktop, laptop, tablet, smartphone, saka yung embedded computer natin. So we have 9 types of computer na ginagamit natin for everyday use. So different types of computer are designed to meet different needs. Okay? So sa supercomputer natin, unahin natin to. May video pala dapat to. So, mamaya, doon sa Google Classroom, ilalagay ko itong link ko para at least makita nyo kung ano yung physical appearance or kung paano nakaset up yung tinatawag nating supercomputer. Mamaya yung link nito, panoorin na lang doon sa YouTube. Ilalagay ko na lang sa classroom. Okay? So, a supercomputer is the fastest and most powerful type of computer. It can perform trillions or even quadrillions of calculation every seconds. So, ito yung mga characteristic niya. So, extremely expensive. Yan, syempre, super niya. So, occupies large room. Malaki siya. Hindi siya pwede sa isang kwarto mo lang. Kailangan yan halos data center na. Requires advanced cooling system. So, syempre, nagpo-produce yun ng heat. Kailangan niya maganda yung cooling system na gagamitin mo sa sobrang laki ng mga yan. Nag-ooperate siya 24/7. And then, ginagamit ito ng mga government and research institution. So, para saan ba siya ginagamit? So, pwedeng weather forecasting. Siya yung nagde-detect kung ano bang magiging panahon. Ngayon, may bagyo na naman. Pero, yun. Yung space exploration naman. So, ito rin yung mga computers na ginagamit para makapag-simulate ng way nila kung paano nila gagawin yung mga activities sa space. And then scientific research and nuclear simulation, and then syempre yung AI research natin. Okay, so parang dito, ito yung computer na ginagamit para makapag-explore yung technology natin, kung ano pa ba yung pwede nating magawa. Okay, so again, yung computer, yung video para mas makita natin na mas malinaw or mas maganda, meron dyan link, panoorin na natin maya. Tapos, next natin naman is yung mainframe computer natin, a powerful computer that handles huge amount of data for many users simultaneously. So, ito siya. Halos kasing kapareho lang ng supercomputer natin. Pero ito naman, hindi naman natin siya ginagamit for research. Hindi kagaya kanina ng main computer natin, weather forecasting, sa space, scientific research. Ito, ang purpose nito, ayan, siya na yung ginagamit natin for banks. And syempre, mas secured, yung mga processes and data mas mabilis, airlines, ticketing system, insurance company, government agency, and also yung mga big universities. Okay? It supports thousands of users, highly reliable, and then malaki yung storage capacity, and also yung security niya. So, meaning, yung mga mainframe computer na yan, ito na rin yung tinatawag nating data center. Okay? So, yung mga files natin na pwede natin i-upload sa cloud or over the internet, so, dyan yan napupunta. Lalo na yung YouTube, di ba? O any website. Okay? O meron silang mga ganyan, yung mga mainframe. Now, next natin is server naman. O, meron din video sa server para maintindihan nyo kung anong purpose. Ayan, meron tayong 7-minute video dito. Animated siya na in-explain kung paano gumagana or para saan ba yung computer server. So now. Okay. Pero, ito na. Short definition niya is computer that provides services, file, or resource to other computers over a network. Okay? So meaning, siya yung nag-host. Okay? Ng mga pwedeng website or mga services. Siya yung nagbibigay ng mga services dun sa client niya. So 24/7 din yung operation, high storage capacity, multiple processors, and large memory capacity. Ayan, gamit siya sa web hosting, email services, cloud storage, pwede rin, data management, and then yung mga file sharing natin. So yan, yung mga server computer na yan, pwede rin sa school. Okay, meron tayo niyan dati dito. Hindi ko na marami kasing workload kapag gumamit ka nito. Company file server, pwede rin yan. Yung Google server natin, ayan, kagaya niyan, parang database din siya, di ba? Data center pala, sorry. And then yung Azure. Okay, so yan, meron din sila mga mainframe computers, and then also, meron din yan mga servers. Okay, so pinagsama-sama nila yan doon. So servers are the backbones of today's digital world, enabling communication, data access, and online services 24/7. Okay, so every time na mag-access tayo, like for example, website, YouTube, Facebook, yan, gumagamit tayo ng server computer. And then next natin is workstation naman, na high-performance computer design for professional users. So, ito, yung mostly na ginagamit natin. Characteristic niya, uses, pwedeng video editing, animation, engineering, architecture, programming, and then pwede rin AI. Okay? So, syempre, kapag ito yung mga tasks na kailangan mong gawin, pwede kang gumamit ng workstation. So, mas high-end na computer. So, powerful CPU, large RAM, professional graphics card, and syempre, mabilis na SSD. So, workstation are built to handle demanding tasks that require reliability, speed, and high quality performance. Next naman natin is desktop computer. Okay, iba pa, no? So, may workstation and then may desktop. So, ang difference kasi nilang dalawa, yung desktop is ito yung basic lang na computer. So, kung ang task mo ay office work lang, pwedeng basic gaming, education like online, graphic design, yung mga mabababang workload. So, pwede ka nasa desktop computer. Kapag workstation kasi, ito yung kagaya niyan. Kung magbi-video editing ka, kailangan mas mataas yung specs ng computer na ginagamit. Workstation naman, yung identification. Kapag desktop, kahit basic lang, ayan, mga office work lang, hindi kailangan ng mga matataas na specs na component ng computer. Okay? So, advantages niya, easy to upgrade, better cooling, powerful performance, and then lower cost than laptops with similar specification. So, mas mura siya kung laptop pipili. Kaysa sa laptop. Okay, so syempre, yun nga lang ang disadvantage, hindi siya portable. And then, kailangan nakasaksak ka sa kuryente. Wala siyang built-in battery. Saka hindi mo siya pwedeng dalhin basta-basta. Compare dito sa next nating types ng computer, syempre yung laptop, yun. So portable, hindi ko na siya kailangan masyadong extend kasi halos lahat naman alam natin dito. So portable, may battery, yun nga lang mas mahal siya compared dun sa desktop computer na ginagamit natin. So laptops give you the power of a computer with the freedom to work, learn, and connect anytime, anywhere. Yeah, pwede mo siyang dalhin kahit saan kasi may battery. Okay? Pwede mong ilagay kung saan-saan, walang tiwawala. And then tablet naman, lightweight, meron touchscreen interface, battery, and mobile operating system. Okay, pwede rin mo siyang gamitin graphics. Tablet. Okay? Then, syempre, yung smartphone natin, yun, it's better, lahat naman tayo may phone. Ayan yung isang type ng computer natin. Ito na yung number 8. So, handheld computer with communication features. Hindi ko na masyado i-explain. Alam naman na natin lahat. And then, ito yung pinaka-last natin is embedded computer. So, ito yung hindi natin halos nakikita kasi nakalagay lang siya sa mga appliances natin. Okay? So, an embedded computer is a small computer built into another device to perform specific instruction. So, parang bibigyan mo lang siya ng program instruction para yung task niya para dun sa any device na yun, yun lang yung gagawin. Okay? So, examples nito, meron yan sa washing machine, microwave oven, air conditioner, elevator, TV, car engine, ATM, sa mga CCTV na. So, anything na gumagamit ng communication and then basta lahat ng mga devices natin or appliances, gumagamit yan ng embedded computer. Okay, so meron niyang microprocessor, may memory, syempre yung power supply niya, sensors, and then actuators. Okay, and then ito naman yung comparison of computer types. So based sa 9 categories, ito yan, may supercomputer tayo, mainframe server, workstation, hanggang embedded computer. Very large yung size niya. Hindi siya basta-basta pwedeng bilhin ng normal ng na tao, mag-isa ka lang. Yung server naman, medium to large. Malalaki din kasi yan. Workstation, dito tayo mag-start. So lahat naman siguro tayo meron na nito. Okay? So yan, performance niya. Then portability, limited yung workstation, built into devices yung sa embedded computer. Then typical use, scientific research. Parang summary lang to na mga didiscuss ko kanina. Banking and government naman sa mainframe. Network services, yung sa server natin. Kapag workstation, yung mga professional work, yung mga heavy load na task. Kung home and office lang, pwedeng desktop lang, yung mga basic computer tasks. And then school and business, pwedeng laptop, entertainment and innovation, tablet, communication, smartphone, and then yung mga appliances control, embedded computer yung ginagamit. Yeah. Okay? So choosing the right computer, depende yan sa situation. Tapos, kung ano yung mga best computer na pwede natin gamitin. Yun, parang kanina lang din. Scientific, web hosting, server, kung office work lang, pwedeng desktop, online class, pwede rin phone, actually, tablet, laptop. Tapos yan, yung mga appliances, devices, embedded computer, yung ginagamit natin. Yeah. Para at least alam nyo yung mga different types of computer. Binabase yan, depende sa situation. Okay? Ayun. So, dapat kasi to sa face-to-face gagawin. So, since na-recorded to at online class tayo, skip naman na muna natin. Okay, so that's it. So, ito muna natin yung topic natin for this week. Okay, recorded to. Panoorin nyo na lang. Tapos, after nyo i-watch, take nyo lang yung short quiz sa Google Classroom. Okay, panoorin nyo rin yung link na to ha. Lahat to is nakalagay sa Google Classroom. Okay, so that's it. Sana next week, buti nakapag-exam kayo pala. Sana next week may pasok na para matuloy na natin yung face-to-face class. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.